Has the United Nations completely been reduced to a redundant body today, particularly in the context of the Israeli genocide in Palestine?
So the United Nations, if you go back, had one principal goal, that was to stop a world war. That was the only goal, because the League of Nations failed in stopping a world war in 1930, in the late 1930s, and therefore when the next avatar came, the idea was to stop a war, and because of that they gave veto powers to all those whose clashes would lead to a world war. Now you've succeeded in that, but you've lost out on many other fronts, and that's the balance that the United Nations today is carrying, that it's a cross, that you won in the bigger goal, but you've lost a whole variety of small goals, and today's world is not willing to accept what was 80 years ago your goal. It's time now for the UN to have a fresh look. 80th anniversary is a good time to have a fresh look, but the challenge is that with 190 countries in the mix, it's going to be very difficult to work out via media, but there's no other choice, because the challenges of the future, like climate or space or AI, will require transboundary cooperation. And transboundary cooperation can only come through multilateral fora. It can't come bilaterally. Let's be very clear. Finally, my last point is, for those who think multilateralism doesn't work, my answer is, it is a relatively new baby in terms of historical movement. It was not there in Kautilya's Arthashastra or in the Greek Thucydides' Peloponnesian history of the Peloponnesian War. It started in 19th century. We don't say bilateralism has failed because two countries have not been able to address their problems for decades. USA and Cuba haven't been able to address their problems now for about 60 plus years. So do we say, let's junk bilateralism? We don't say that. But we are very quick to jump and say, no, multilateralism has failed, let's move on. It's a tool. Tools are only used for certain things they will fail. And that's the issue in this. Multilateralism is a tool, the United Nations is a tool. We will work with it where it can deliver results. Where it cannot deliver results, I suppose we have to look to other tools.